Well guys, I just realized that I've put 2 coats of paint on here. Well, matter of fact, everything that I've done in here since I put this GoPro on my head has just been pictures. It hasn't been video. I probably wouldn't have realized it if somebody hadn't have called my phone and I had a look at it. But what you missed was I sprayed a coat of 490, which is a clear mixing base, over the whole fender. That seals up any of those 800 grit scratches so that the metallic doesn't lay in it. I did the same thing on this. Now we're 2 coats in as far as the silver base, and right now I'm only concentrating on getting the silver, the primer, covered in this silver paint. This is probably the last coat of this, and then I'll start blending it out. You can still kind of see through to the primer there. So I apologize for you mixing it, but that's just technology, or me having trouble with this technology. So now I'm kind of blending this out on this bumper. Like I said, this is going to be the last coat that I'm on. Well, I say the last coat. It's the last coat that I'm putting on over top of the primer. The next coat I come in here, I'm going to put it over the primer, and I'm going to kind of blend it on back. You can see I've already kind of started the blending process. So hopefully I keep this GoPro going correctly from here on out. All right, now this coat, I'm going to concentrate on blending it out. I don't want any paint on the top of this. A little bit of the overspray is fine. There was no primer up there. I want this to match the hood perfectly. So you can see by looking at the yellow tape, I don't have any color up there. So now I'm blending this out. And I barely have any, just a little bit of dust back there. You can see by looking at that tape where the silver stops. Okay, now for the bumper. Okay. Now, this is going to flash off. I'm going to mix up some clear. When we come in here, we'll be putting clear on here. And then there's a special technique we're going to use to melt this edge in on that. Okay, this is a panel blender. Think of it as really strong lacquer thinner. It's a little more than that, but what it's going to do is, I'm spraying it. This is where I'm going to stop the clear. What I'm doing, you can get this in a where you can spray it right out of the gun, but I kind of like to spray bomb in this school setting we're in. So what I'm doing is, I'm spraying it over top of this. Remember, I didn't sand this area up here where I'm spraying this. So what this is doing is, it's softening up that original finish, and it's going to let the clear melt into it. Remember in our book we discussed melting in? That's what's going to happen. Now after I clear this, I'm going to come back and spray over top of it again, and that's going to help it flow into it. So here we go, guys. I'm getting ready to put the respirator on, so you're not going to be able to hear a whole lot, but here we go. Okay, I'm getting ready to put coat number 2 on there. I know this camera is not the highest quality, but you can see where you can't tell where I stopped clearing after I sprayed that stuff on there. I'm going to do the same thing again with coat number 2.